Hello, I'm Alexander Ghostly, and here I am with a continuation of my Ghastball concept. I actually decided I might as well continue working on it, which I hadn't been for a little while, actually. I'm not going to go check when was the last time I posted a video on this, because that would be unprofessional. So is saying, oh well. If you remember, the last video started with me putting a ghast in there and saying, well, you can't exactly place the ghast. So this remedies that issue. I also went ahead, and made a stadium, because I thought it would be cool. Dugouts for both teams, and more of a circle than a baseball diamond, but it does the same thing. So if we go down below, we'll find the inner workings of how you get a ghast into the box. So, allow me to explain. I'm gonna explain catching the ghast after I've explained what to do with it. It's a little out of order, but meh. So you get the ghast through the portal, and here he is in this box. He's not going anywhere. Excuse me again, it's kind of late. You'd have a minecart on this track and that track, and depending on which way this is facing, if the cart comes from here, it's going to go back this way and then around and then straight out, so you'd use this one in this case. So the cart's going around in a circle. This I have to thank DocM77 for, and while I didn't understand a word of your video, because even though I took 4 years of German in high school, didn't really pick up much of it. So what I saw in his video was he had the minecart going around in a circle. For the record, the video I watched was in German. I understand that most of his content is in English, but this he was playing with some of his German friends, and the video was in German because of that. In their video, they had a minecart going around in a circle and used a fishing rod to drag the ghast down to be hit by the cart. I'm yawning a lot, I'm sorry. And at the same time, I have to thank Biffa and Zoomavoid, because they posted a video from the Hermitcraft server on them catching a ghast for Biffa's museum. And when I heard catching a ghast, I thought, hey, I need to do that. I should watch this and find out how. And then if I remember right, they didn't actually catch a ghast, which is why I found Doc's video, and then watched Doc's video, and then learned how to do it this way. So, you have the ghast in the cart by using the fishing rod to drag it into the cart. But, in survival mode, the ghast would shoot at you if you were in the same room as it. So, you're going to want to do it from either through this window, through one of the doors, etc. And then you'll get the ghast in the cart. Stop. Then, you'll flick this lever from down there, which you can get there in a various amount of ways. You don't have to build this exactly how I am, of course. This will switch the track, so the cart's going around and then we'll go straight out that way. The cart will go up this and then around, and it will hit this detector rail and then fly off the track and then over onto this slime block. The detector rail will hit the slime block and launch the minecart up like a basic slime launcher. The redstone then also goes through these repeaters, having this regular piston knock this block over here, hitting this redstone, which deactivates this, activating this, etc., etc., causing this to extend forward, catching the minecart, and leaving the ghast immobile here, looking forward at the batter. Let's do it for real. I'm not doing it in survival mode though. Sorry. I'm terrible enough at catching the ghast. Hello there, you scared me. I'm terrible enough at catching the ghast in creative and having to do it in survival mode. Excuse me for yet another yawn. How about this? Excuse me for any future yawns as well, so I don't have to apologize every time and make you think I'm Canadian. So, as I said, you would catch the ghast like so, but not miserably fail as I had, and let it fly away. And if it got stuck in the cart, it would look something like this. Now, being up here right now would be a terrible idea because it's going to shoot at you. So I flick the lever and send it on its way into the portal, where it's going to hit an activator rail and kick it out of the cart so it can go through the portal. I'm trying so desperately not to yawn more and more. So, now you would go over here and deactivate the portal, and then use a piston to push the ghast further into the middle of the room, making him easier to catch. I have Optifine, so that's what the zoom in is. You should probably know that, but if you don't, it's Optifine. I was making sure which way the track was going so the minecart would stay in the loop. So he'd shoot at me because he could see me, but again, I'm in creative mode. It's going to be much more difficult to do this in survival mode than it is in creative, because the ghast isn't going to shoot at me in creative mode. But you use the fishing rod in a similar way to get him back into the cart. And then you go down below, similar to as in the Nether. Oh, he's fine. Flick that lever and he goes through. He does just as explained before, goes around and then gets launched up. And there he is with his creepy little tendrils. Oh, I can't get out that way. Oh well. Let's take the stairs. I shut that trapdoor and I shouldn't have, because you can't right click it because the ghast is in the way. I did nudge the minecart, but I'm going to assume this is going to work the same. So by doing so, if someone was standing there, I would allow the ghast to see the player. I'm going to switch into game mode survival so he can actually see me. I also have game rule mob griefing false, so he can't destroy things while I'm testing and making the video. Oh no, you killed the ghast. Whatever will you do with your empty minecart? That gets the minecart out of the way, and then you drop down from here. Huh. Oh right, I'm in survival mode. I was wondering why I couldn't just punch it right away. Should probably switch. And then, now that the ghast is dead, you'd have to do the whole thing over again. Which I already showed you how to do, so I'm not going to do it again. Now, you might be wondering why I go through so much trouble there. Why do I get the ghast from the nether and bring him forth into the overworld instead of just using a command block to shoot them there, or spawn him with a spawn egg and make this a map that I release? Well, because the concept of this is along the idea of spleef, something that you could create in survival mode and play in survival mode, something that would work before the advent of command blocks. Now, of course, this wouldn't work before the advent of command blocks because it uses the new portals in the sense that more than just the player can go through them, and you can make them bigger than 2x3. But you know what I mean. I love command blocks, I do, but I just feel like there's not enough sports like this that can be just built in a vanilla server, such as Hermitcraft or Mindcrack, or any other server that doesn't want to use command blocks. Or any other server that might, but a player wants to make it rather than an administrator. So, thank you again, Biffa, Zoomovoid, and Doc M, for the three of you in total bringing me back into making this. Biffa and Zoomovoid for returning me to the idea of catching a ghast, and Doc M for showing me to how to actually do it. Do expect an episode eventually continuing this in this same stadium, because I'm going to continue making this. It's going to be finished, it's going to have all of its stuff. I'm going to hate myself for saying all this, but it's going to be completely finished. And then there's also, I'm going to have how the game actually works set up. And then I'm going to explain it. and possibly be playing it on a small private server with a couple of my friends to get it to actually work. So yes, I've been Alexander Ghostly. Once again, this is my Ghastball concept. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.